You guys, I have an internship. Woo! Okay, so hi, this is Simone Watson, and I guess I have to update y'all on what's been going on so far in April. So let's do that. Um, okay. So toward the end of March, I talked about my quarterly goals for the second quarter of this year, and it's funny because for the most part, every time I've done like monthly or quarterly goals, I think I've waited for the month to actually for that time to actually start, and then I've made a video about the goals. I don't think I've ever made the video in advance. So this time I talked about my kind of like my April and my quarterly goal, and mainly that my quarterly goal is to write 3 first drafts, one in April, one in May, and one in June. And I talked about that March something, 30th or something. Something interesting happened March 31st at night. I'm over here kind of looking forward to Camp NaNo, but I knew I had a wedding to go to on April 1st and wasn't really going to write that much over the weekend. That wasn't planning to write very much over the weekend. The night of March 31st, I got an email saying that I was accepted for an internship. Ah, yay! So, so I am an intern at Fivert Publishing. I've never heard anyone say it out loud, but I think it's Fivert because that's how you would pronounce it in French. And it means green girls. But the word fille is similar to the word feuille, which in French means like sheets of paper or leaves. So I wonder if they did that on purpose. Like you think of green sheets of paper or you can think of green girls. I don't know. Let me get back on topic. So yeah, it's Fivert Publishing, FVP. It's a new company. It's only been around for a few months. And I'm very excited. So, yeah, I'm an intern and I'm very excited. So being an editorial intern, it's editorial. I don't know if I said that. Being an editorial intern is just like, woo to me because, I have asked myself in the past like month or few weeks or whatever, if I were gonna like, I know that I'm pursuing a career as an author. I am writing. I am working towards that goal of making that my career. But I was just wondering, hey, would I ever consider possibly doing either agenting or editing as well? Because a lot of people do both. It's pretty interesting. Um, so I asked myself if I would consider that, and I told myself, yeah, but I would probably prefer to do editing rather than agenting. Um, so then I got this editorial internship and it was just like, wow. So yeah, so and I'm working from home with it and it's just cool. And so that way later on if I want to get like a job, like an actual like job as an editor, I've got this internship on my resume. Yay. So I'm excited. So if you guys want to intern somewhere, I would say look out like on Twitter where there are different there are different small presses, publishing companies, etc. Look on Twitter. You can find internships. Also, bookjobs.com. They list internships and jobs sometimes. You can also intern with different agencies, literary agencies. I don't necessarily know what to tell you to find those. You could be looking at it, like you could follow the agencies on Twitter, or you could look on their websites, and some of them will say, "Hey, we're looking for an intern." Da 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 da. This one agency, the Bent agency, they seem to look for interns quite often. So if you guys wanted to intern with an agency, just letting you guys know because I know a lot of us are bookish peeps and we love books and we love to be able to read, and it's just like, yay. Okay, so um, the question next probably is how has this internship affected my writing goals for this quarter? Haha, funny. Okay, so toward the end of March, I told you my goals were to draft 3 books. Yeah. Then I told you I also have the added goal of lengthening my book Tethered, which is my second book, which was I don't know like 32,000 words or something around the time that I stated that. I think I've got another 4,000 or so, even though some things are gonna have to be replaced and rearranged. But I'm working on it's Camp NaNo, so that's a part of my Camp NaNo goal. But yeah, so at that time, I think I was gonna set my goal total at about 90,000 or something, so I could have the So I have the I'm sorry, I forgot what I was. That's okay. We didn't need that. Oh yeah, so I could have some words untethered and a draft of a new novel. Um, anyway, when I found out I got this internship, it was March 31st, and I was like, wow, that's gonna change my writing goals, isn't it? But I actually still set my Camp Nano goal at 90,000 words. And my reasoning is this: personally, it helps me to set a goal that's higher than what I think I can do, because even if I don't reach that goal, I'll still probably get further than I would have if I hadn't like set a goal, or if my goal had been really low. So like I could have been like, oh, my goal is like 20,000 words, because I'm pretty sure I can write that. Regardless of how busy I am with my internship, like I know I can write 20,000 words. I could have set my goal there, but I feel like I would have probably reached that goal and then been kind of like, okay, and like slowed down. So I'm like, let me go ahead and set this really high goal, and I think I'll just get really far even if I don't hit that goal. Okay, so the goal is 90,000. I'm currently at about 16,000 words. I'm saying about because I need to add them up. I haven't really added all of it up yet, and it's some in Scrivener and some in Word, and it's just things like that. Some of it is in Word because Scrivener stopped working one day, or it was like freezing one day, so I started using Word. Anyway, oh yeah, I have Scrivener. I don't know if I ever told you guys that. Now you know. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Writing goal, 90,000 words. I also am trying to set the goal for myself to read for at least an hour a day, which is made easier by this internship because I have to read for the internship. So, yay. But I also am going to try to read some published stuff. I can show you guys what I'm reading right now, kind of, or about to read or reading. Okay. This is Hunted by Megan Spooner. Yeah, it's a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I've heard that it's good, so that should be exciting. I think I need to read more young adult. I probably have said that before. I need to read more young. I need to read some young adult and some other stuff too, because to kind of but definitely more young adult. So this is young adult fantasy, and that's good because I don't read a lot of YA fantasy, so it'll be helpful. And the other book that I'm trying to read right now is Long Walk to Freedom by Nelson Mandela. That is the front, right? Yes. Isn't this a beautiful cover? See the green and the yellow and the red and the black? It's like the South African flag. And then you can see the back. The spine, I mean. Yes, so this one, it's been in my room. It's been in my room and at my house for a couple of months since I helped my sister move. And this was at her house. I can't remember if she said I could have it. I think she said I could have it. Hopefully, because she lives really far away now. So, oops. But yes, so I've been planning to read it. I don't know if you guys know, I really am interested in South Africa and would like to go there at some point, and have started learning Afrikaans, and I need to study some more Afrikaans. And so because this is Nelson Mandela, who was just like so important in like the way just so important in South African history, and he was a Nobel Prize winner, and he just did a lot of awesome stuff for like racial equality in South Africa, and the fact that like they're still feeling now like the effects of the apartheid, which is what he like worked to like end and stuff. So it's definitely, there's so much to this. And it is a nonfiction book. I don't read a whole lot of nonfiction, but like I said, it's been on my shelf for a little bit. But there's this thing right now called Tome Topple. Tome Topple. It is led by one of my favorite booktubers. I think her name is Samantha, and her YouTube channel is Thoughts on Tomes. I will link her channel below. She leads Tome Topple, and it's a thing where for 2 weeks, you try and read really long books. So this is a really long book. It is above 500 pages. 500 pages is the minimum. This is 625. So yeah, there we go. Okay, you guys. So I've told you what I'm reading. I've told you how much I'm writing, but I haven't told you what I'm writing. That's a complicated question. Okay, so I made this pyramid. I just now wrote it down in this shape, but I don't know if you can see it. It still might be hard to see, so I apologize for that. Basically, this is tethered at the top. Now, this was my plan for this month. I haven't exactly followed it, but this was my plan. Tethered is the 0 project, which means it's not optional. I have to write tethered every day. That's the plan. Second is my primary project. So tethered, I would say have to write half an hour per day. Even though I have a word count goal, minimum half an hour. Then my primary project, is called What Do I Call This Anyway? About a teenage, a black teenage swimmer in the 1970s who gets some flack for saving the life of this little boy. That is my primary project here, which means I should write that for 1 hour and write tethered for half an hour before I move on to anything else on this pyramid. And then I can go like in a descending order from this to this level where there are 2 options, and then to this level where there are 2 options. So that way every day I would get some of What Do I Call This Anyway, which I'm going to abbreviate to what. Every day I would get some of what and some of tethered. That is not exactly, I have not exactly stuck to this every day, but it is still a helpful outline to have. And the great thing is I've had some developments toward the plot of tethered, which are really exciting. Oh, that should be in a manuscript Monday, and this is supposed to be my Camp Nano update. Okay, yeah, I guess I'll just stop this and make no. We're only at 12 minutes and 12 seconds. We're gonna fit this in. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're just gonna fit this information in here. So anyway, yeah, what do I call this anyway? I have reached a little bit of a stall with it because I've been pantsing it. And my character is he's on a date with a girl, and I need to keep writing the date. And I was trying not to have a romantic subplot, but sometimes the romantic subplots just kind of write themselves. I'm kidding. So I may edit that out later, but he can at least go on a date with her. Let me stop. I don't need to defend. I need to calm down. Anyway, so yeah, that's What Do I Call This Anyway. Now, my secondary projects, I have Floodplain, and I have... you guys! The thing that I used to call Sliding Block. Okay, it is now called Rookie. Isn't that exciting? I'm very excited about Sliding Block turning into Rookie. Not just because of the title change, but because the title change has come from some different plot developments. And I have done a brainstorm, if you can see in this notebook. This is my new notebook. It's heavy, but I ran out of space in my thing that I was using as a bullet journal. And so I may get another smaller one, because this one is like, see, it's a huge notebook. It's very thick. Okay, so this page and this page I used today to brainstorm for Rookie. So it's kind of like I have a plan, and I'm excited, and it's the one with the time travel, and that makes it difficult, but that's okay, because I'm excited. Okay. For Floodplain, yeah, I have written some of Floodplain, not too much, but it's like when I think of some, it's like, boom, put that on there. On my 3rd level, the tertiary projects, well, that might be 4th level, just depending on how you look at it, but the tertiary projects are 17 letters and Furlough. Furlough, yeah, I've written some on Furlough this month, so that was cool. And I have made a huge like plot development, or like a plot. The plot has taken shape more in 17 letters, which may or may not be called 17 letters. It might be called 17 candles now. So I don't know. But basically, yes, I'm very excited because even though my word count is much lower than I want it to be, my plots have become so much clearer in 3 of these projects, which are Tethered, Rookie, and 17 letters. I've had like some increased clarity in what I want to do, where I want to go with these stories. And that is like very, very valuable. I might even say priceless. That's priceless. So, thank you guys so much for watching. And yeah, I just made a video about how to get unstuck with Camp NaNoWriMo. So today, yeah, I'm gonna get some writing done. I'm going to really, really try and carve out some time and sit there and just do the dang thing. Okay? So yeah, if you're watching this and you need to do the dang thing too, you do the dang thing. I believe in you. Okay. Bye. Oh, and if you want to like, comment, and subscribe, you know where to click. Bye.